Democratic leaders try to slow calls to impeach Trump. So they want to get Trump out of office. So the Democrats are saying, hey, you know what? Maybe we don't want to get him out of office. Maybe we slow down on the impeach thing. We don't want to shoot our impeachment bullet too soon. Yeah. We're still working on this Russia story, man. Did you see my video where I laid out how much money the Democrats are making off the resistance? See, I know there are some people watching who think that money has nothing to do with it, and it's just because they're just so patriotic. Nah, they just want justice, and they want to make sure our democracy is free. Those are the same people that stole the primary, the Democrats. And now they say we should be able to steal it. Screw you. Who needs rules? It's just our political process. These same people are making millions and millions of dollars off the resistance. Millions. Matter of fact, they've made more this year using this Russia stuff than they made all of 2015. And we're only in May. So they're having a pretty good year, don't you think? And where do you think that's from? All their fundraising is up. Oh, it's through the roof. It's a money grab. So, of course, they want to slow down the impeachment because if the impeachment doesn't go through, we got to shut up about Russia, don't we? And if you got to shut up about Russia, then all the money goes away. And I'm sure they was hoping they could ride out this Russia thing forever. Why would you want the money to stop coming, baby? Come on. Money's good. The money's good. The time is right. I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Democratic members of Congress have for weeks sought to find their own political safe space when it comes to questions about removing Mr. Trump, calling for a special prosecutor and a thorough investigation and the airing of all the facts. But the decision Wednesday for the Justice Department to name the former FBI Director Robert S. Mueller III as special counsel for the investigation into Russia's interference in last year's election has complicated their position. It's complicated because they might not be able to just push it through. Not without their homie Comey. This is important for people to know. So far, the Congressional Black Caucus has been doing most of the saber rattling and chest thumping. And do you know why that is? Let me tell you something. And look, I'm just going to keep it real with you 100. Black people can serve as camouflage. You know that? Because if you go after the black person, we could say you're racist. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. It's not. Sometimes it's not. But they're also, as I think it was Charlie Peach who said it. Who else said it? Somebody else said it. It was in a Twitter thread. So I don't get to claim this. I'm just repeating it because it was so spot on. Some of these folks in the Black Caucus have been doing such a horrible job in their districts. They're expendable, frankly. So if they fall on a blade after this, on the sword, no one will give a damn. That's frankly what it's about. Take Maxine Waters. According to my research, she's been in Congress 17 years and passed a whopping total of 3 bills. But no one wants to talk about that. And even if I criticize her for a lack of productivity in Congress, they'll say I'm racist. I don't even know how that works because I'm black and she's black, but they still call me racist. Now, none of you racists get ahead of yourselves. I'm not saying you don't exist, you do. I'm just saying we use color and race all the time except when it's really needed in this country. Impeaching Trump, I don't know. Bring your evidence. Up to this point, I have seen 0 evidence of Trump working with Russians. What I've seen is Trump having investments in Russia. He also has investments in Saudi Arabia. He also has investments in China. He also has investments all over the globe, frankly. And so do a lot of other Congress members. I'm not saying there are some things that look shady, but you got to show us more than shady. In fact, show us anything. And when I bring up Seth Rich, you tell me I'm a Looney Tune. You tell me I'm clickbait. You tell me I'm selling fear. But at least with Seth Rich, we actually do have a dead person, a man who was murdered. We actually do have some connection. We actually have some proof. What's your proof that there was any collusion? And you tell me bank statements and people having business interests. This is a globalized economy. And if all you got is some stuff about Trump doing business in Russia and talking to Russians, well, hell, you'd have to lock up most of Congress. I mean, if you want to keep it real. But go ahead. Impeach Trump if you need to. Impeach him if you can. He'd probably be happy to be out of the job. Welcome to Pence land. Well, we'll have a conversionary therapy session for every LGBTQ person. And for everybody else, I can't expect much better. Guy's a piece of work. But hey, don't worry about the Democrats. Don't you worry about us. I mean, you haven't been worried up to this point, or you would have never ran Hillary, and we'd never be in this position. Even Joe Biden said, I knew she wasn't the correct candidate to begin with. Me too, Joe. I tried to tell them, and when I said it, they said I was a hater. Stop beating up on the Democrats.